it is time to get the hatchery marked out and dug. We can get this thing dialed in. We should be basically printing money. Pond liners here, boys. Yeah, look at that. We're getting it. Slowly but surely. Sounds like it's on. Shoo! What's going on, everybody? Before we jump in, I gotta let you know that Anker is sponsoring today's video. What I've got right here, this is the Anker Solix F3800 with the home power panel, and it is the world's most accessible home power system. There's no complicated install process or permits. Simply install directly at half the cost of traditional systems. Only one electrician is needed, and you can receive the delivery within 7 days. Setup is as fast as 1 hour. This home power system links directly to your home circuit with minimum changes. It connects seamlessly to your power grid and solar system. This system has a massive 6,000 watt, 12,000 watt AC output and has a 120 volt and 240 volt dual voltage. One F3800 unit provides 3.84 kilowatt hour capacity, expandable up to 53.8 kilowatt hours, giving you weeks of full house power usage. In the event that your home loses power, the home power panel reacts instantly, switching over to the F3800. You can also establish whole home energy cycling by using the Anker app. You can manage energy and savings with modes like self-consumption and time of use. Gain full control of solar power, optimizing battery cycles, and reducing electric bills. As you guys saw, setup was super easy. We got it hanging on the wall, it's plugged in, and these are all the breakers that we've got to work with. You know, we had to be a little selective when we wanted to figure out which ones we wanted to get power. You know, I was thinking hot tub, Macy vetoed it and said maybe the furnace is more important. So we've got them marked here. We've got the furnace, we've got the studio fridge, which is the man cave, okay? We don't want to lose any food, okay? And we've got the kitchen fridge, and then these are the kitchen outlets. So we were able to kind of pick and choose what we wanted to do, what was priority. As you guys know, with the tornado that happened, we completely lost power, okay? I had the option to put in like a legitimate backup home generator when I built this house, and after I saw the price, I completely vetoed it. I said, you know, what are the odds, okay? Knock on wood, what are the odds of us actually losing power for a significant amount of time? Wah-bam, within 1 year of living here, we got hit by a tornado and we had power gone for multiple days. We lost all the food in our refrigerators, all the food in our freezers. We couldn't stay here. We had to go stay at hotels. So I learned my lesson the hard way, but I thought there's gotta be a better way, okay? There's gotta be a better way to be able to power, you know, certain appliances and basically have the necessities in your home still work, even if your traditional power that comes off of the main road is out. And that's what we have here today with the Anker F3800. The other thing I like about it, okay, normal home generators, they're exactly that. They generate power for your home, but this sucker does more than that, okay? For me, if I'm gonna invest a bunch of money in a backup home generator, something that you may not need a lot, but when you need it, trust me, from experience, you do need it. But this thing has all of these outlets over here. You've got 120, 240, you got 20 amps, you got all these things. You can actually just take this sucker with you and have portable power. I mean, if you're on a job site that needs a ton of power, maybe a huge camping trip, and you wanna make sure you've got just unlimited amounts of power, you can plug things in directly into this. So it's not just for your home, you can actually take this thing and it's portable. So you see, we've got it plugged in, we've got it turned on, something like a fan. So charge power tools, whatever you might need. Obviously, you could charge your phone for the next 18 years, or so, I don't know what the math is, but I'd imagine it's a long time. So that's the other thing too. For me, I'm like, you're gonna invest a bunch of money, right? And it is useful. As somebody that didn't have power for an extended period amount of time in their home, I, at that point, regretted not having some type of backup power. But the fact that I now have backup power, but also could take it with me somewhere else, I feel like you get more use out of it. To me, it seems like a better bang for your buck. So if you guys wanna check out the Anker Solix F3800 plus the home panel, will be linked down in the description down below. Huge shout out to those guys who sponsor today's videos, brands like them that I partner up with that allow me to do what I do every single day, which is make videos for you guys at home to enjoy. So that being said, let's get back to the video. We got cats in the pond, boys. We gotta go quiet.
That was not quiet.
Oh, that was not quiet. Dude, straight up kitty cats in the pond. Okay, we gotta be real quiet. Should have worn the ghillie suit. You see him under there? Look at that cat. Look at the kitty. Look at the kitty cat. Look at him. They're getting ready to move, boys. I can see him better now. Dude, that's an absolute kitty freaking cat. You see that cat down there? That's what we're after, boys. Okay, so anyways, started the day. I was planning on giving it a big shoe. We've got exciting videos. We're gonna build a second hatchery today, but we pulled in. I said, Jake, look at the cat. Look at the cat. It's freaking huge. Is he getting it? Where's he at? Oh God, yeah. Look at him. Dude, absolute Kager's found this sucker. All right, he's gonna do. There he goes. There he goes. They're swimming. Alrighty, folks, I can talk loud. Shoo! Welcome. All right, so plan today, build a second hatchery. In case you're curious, I'm getting a new roof today. So if you hear it sounds like somebody's got the AK-47 in the back. That's just the roofers getting after it. So anyways, we are at the pond and we've got some more structure that we've got kind of dangling over there. We got some Pond King structure. That's where I'm getting all my structure. I think it's the best. We had the tornado come through and take a bunch out, and we got some more, and I think we've got some more coming as well. So we'll guys update you on that. But we're in this predicament with this pond, okay? This pond looks about like it always has, okay? I haven't been, and no, it's not leaking. That's just normal seepage. In fact, the water hasn't gone down at all. In fact, I wish it would go down just no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to curse myself, but I wish it would go down a little bit because I had some plans with adding structure, and with all the rain, it raised the water level. So this pond is still holding, even though last time McNutt showed up, we think he threw in a couple rogue crawfish. All right, McNutt, I don't forget that, all right? But so far, it doesn't seem like anything is leaking, but I haven't been filling it, okay? And I've explained this before, but I haven't been filling it because I don't want to, one, add a bunch of cold water, okay? Because fish spawn at like 65-ish, right? 65, 70, 75. And so if you're adding 50-degree well water, it's gonna make it harder to spawn, at least over here, right? They wouldn't, like that is perfect spawning ground. They wouldn't be spawning right here. The other thing is raising water levels. So if you know anything about fish, I don't know a lot, but what I do know is when they make a little nest and they lay their eggs, it's all about the sunlight. That's why they do it shallow. Otherwise, if sunlight didn't matter, they'd go frickin' spawn a 40 foot, okay? But the sunlight is what dictates the depth. And so my issue is if they build a nest and they lay their eggs and I'm constantly raising the water levels, it's gonna put less and less sunlight to those eggs and potentially not hatch them. And then they're like, I gotta restart. Then they go up the bank, they make a new bed, they lay their eggs, and I raise it up again. You see the problem? Like, I might be overthinking it, but here's the deal. We got one shot at this, folks. We've gotta get these fish spawning. And I'm looking right now and I don't see no fish spawned yet. I don't see it. Do you see any bluegill nests? It's June. They should be spawned by now. It's June. I think McNutt sent me a bunch of freaking infertile bluegills or something. I don't see any fish and I don't see any nests. But that's why I haven't been filling it. Now, I think the water's plenty warm, right? It's June, okay? Water's plenty warm. We shouldn't have that problem. And then really, this thing doesn't raise water levels crazy fast. Now that the rain, I mean, it does, I'll be honest, it does look like it's gonna rain, so I could be contradicting myself here, but I let the rain stop because I don't want to keep it raining and filling it. So right now the rain stops, so I think if I turn this sucker on today, all it's gonna do is kind of aerate the pond, put some fresh cold water in the pond, and let it kind of do its thing, okay? But do like maybe like a 2-day on, 2-day off, okay? That way it doesn't raise the water levels tremendous. It slowly raises the water levels. That's at least my thought, because I think you're gonna start running into like this just being a stale, stagnant cesspool, okay, type pond. Like most ponds have an inflow, whether it's natural springs or just like runoff creeks, and then an outflow, and it constantly kind of turns the water over a period of time. This is basically the world's largest swimming pool, okay? Like it'd be equal to building a swimming pool. So we got to make sure, since we can't put a filter on this, we got to make sure that we're cycling the water. And so at this point, I think if I add water, there's some raccoon tracks. Look at them raccoons. If that's why these fish haven't spawned, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, anyway, so I think today we're gonna turn the well on and let it run for a couple days for the first time in about a month and a half. I was gonna do a quick walk around for spawn, and then the other thing we're gonna do is take that Pond King structure and go put it in about maybe a foot of water. We don't have waders or anything like that, but we can stick it out. That way, if and when the fish do spawn, the fry have a place to hide, okay? Because I'm gonna give you guys a secret, we're getting bass. We're getting a rare species, that's gonna be in the title, whether they're rare or not, in July. That's gonna be the plan.
Bullfrogs.
What do you got?
Tadpoles sitting on the structure.
Really? They like the oh god, yeah.
There's another one back there.
Oh yeah, I think you guys can see them. Yeah, they are sitting on there. So that's one. So that's one of the Pond King little green traffic cones with the things. And we've got so they're these ones too. Pond King, they're making the best stuff out there. So then we got this right here. We got a bunch up there. So this, we can't get these out because it's covered in sand. These were pre-tornado, okay? And by the way, all you guys saying that root ball flowed, that thing right there, that piece of concrete that I laid there, my skid loader couldn't pick up, and that thing can pick up like 5,000-6,000 pounds. So I think it's probably 10,000 pounds. So that root ball's not going anywhere. So I think we get those suckers. This is a pretty deep drop off. We might just want to lay them, just lay them down, honestly, because that way the fish, again, the idea was to have those up on the bank where they're going to spawn, but since I stopped filling the pond, now they're spawning right here and they were supposed to spawn up in here. I don't know if I'm making this complicated. You guys are like, Flair, you just fill your freaking pond and don't worry about it. But my issue is if we stock bass in July and we don't have sufficient bait, you'll have a stunted pond the rest of your life, or you're gonna be putting minnows in every day and burning money. Okay, which is why we're gonna build the minnow hatchery today. That's exactly what we're gonna be doing today, is building the minnow hatchery. So the plan is over there, you guys have seen the hatchery, got a bunch of fish in it. We left room on the other side to build a twin hatchery. It's gonna be less deep. I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 foot, a twin one over there. So we have our minnow hatchery, our grow hatchery, and then our pond. And we can utilize all 3 of these to ensure that when I flip my jig against that little Cessna in there, wah-bam, you catch a big one. What do you think?
I like that idea.
You like that? You think just bringing the Pond King stuff down here would probably be, because we don't have, there's not much, I think all the tornadoes took out this stuff, didn't it? So this is empty. Is this empty?
On their side right here.
But in this gap though, right?
Yeah,
this is
no,
empty.
There ain't nothing here.
I'm thinking maybe you walked across there. We can walk across there, right? See, the problem was I was gonna take my skid loader and a bunch of rock and come right here, and I was gonna dump the rock on this side, but now we have water, so we can't do that. So anyway, so I think we just grab them suckers. We're gonna throw them out here, and basically this is gonna now be the spawning cove, even though before it was gonna be this beach. And then we're gonna kick the well on and then go dig a hatchery. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain. Chad the Dirt Guy's coming. You guys stay tuned.
Watch out for the quicksand. That was perfect.
Let's go! Hang on, I'll grab the camera. Look out. All right, this is why we got Pond King stuff, boys. Look, watch this. Watch the deployment. Find me another brush pile. I'll do that, son.
That was awesome.
Look at that. Now, when the fish spawn, wherever they spawn, if they spawn, when they spawn, they can go and hang out in these little areas. And we've also got a bunch of structure there. The plane is right there. We've got big structure out there. And then basically throughout here, these are the homemade. This is you. Okay, no, sorry, that's you. That's the guy she tells you not to worry about. Yeah, if you're curious, we gave up on the DIY. Pond King's the way to do it. Look at that. I mean, you can see what they already, like that one's been there for a month or two. It's got algae already growing on it, looking all natural and whatnot. We got 2 more right there. We've still got a couple more up there, but I think we're gonna see, once we see fish spawn, then we'll know, like maybe they spawn in that corner and we don't have any structure. So since those are my last ones for now, I'm actually gonna leave them. I'm pretty confident this will get utilized at some point, but once the fish do spawn, fingers crossed, within the next couple weeks, we'll figure out where the balls of bait are, and then we can maybe put these near them. Because right now, that bank's pretty bare. Obviously the dam's really bare, and then this cove's kind of bare. This right here, which is the northwest corner, which, look at that sun. Where's it facing? Wah-bam, in the corner. That's the idea.
Cat on L tree.
There's a cat on L tree?
Look at the middle of that pipe.
Really? Hang on, let me scurry on over here, boys. Oh God, oh God, look at the kitty. Look at the kitty just sitting there getting it. Wow.
Those barrels are growing algae and stuff.
As I say, so we've got, you can see barrel there, barrel there, barrel there.
One out deep.
There's a barrel right there. That one's not connected to anything, is it? So it probably won't sink. The one that he's on, I think that one went rogue on us. Look at that kitty. So then you see barrel, barrel, barrel. So again, this whole bank, it's gonna be money. The idea is when the water comes up, this would be a nice sandy bay. They should be able to spawn like crazy, swim out. The bass can be sitting in here, boom, and get after. So, all right, we got some structure in it. I'm gonna go ahead and hook the pipe up, and this is gonna be the first time we filled it in like 2 months. So fingers crossed the well still works. Sir, I think you got a leak, but I think we might be all right. I've seen worse. So we got the well back on. Pipe is in the water, filling it. We'll keep an eye on it. Maybe you got a stick handy? What's this stick doing? Yeah, we gotta mark it. That's it. So that way I can watch the water levels. Right there. Okay, so if it comes up, I would say, I don't know, if I'm a fish, I bet you've got like a 4, maybe 6 inch. Like, you know, basically if you make your nest and it comes up 6 inches, anything after that might not be good. Maybe 3 inches. I don't know. I'll keep an eye. I'm also curious how quickly, how much per day did you get a bigger stick? There you go. Don't puncture that liner now. That's good. So we can keep an eye on it. And basically, I'm thinking if it comes up 3 inches, cut it off, let it sit for a few days, let them spawn off whatever they're gonna be doing, then kick it back on. But we'll let you know how quickly it fills up. So anyways, I just talked to Chad on the phone. We were trying to get this thing rigged up. He said it's not a crazy storm, like it shouldn't mess anything up, but he doesn't want to start digging a hole when it's gonna rain, because as you can imagine how well that would go. So tomorrow he's planning on bringing my big excavator down. He's gonna dig the hole. We're gonna get the liner put in, and we're gonna build another hatchery in the backyard. You guys stay tuned. Shoo! All right, it is time to get the hatchery marked out and dug. We got Chad the Dirt Guy here. Professional. He's the one that dug this. This one doesn't look great because the water level's so low. We need to fill it up like another foot and a half. I'm trying to get the filter running first, and then we can get everything going because the water doesn't look great. But he is the expert at digging these. And so this one is 8 foot deep, okay? Remember, this is like call it the grow tank, okay? It's where you could put any size fish you want. They've got plenty of depth. This one, okay, this is equal to like a casting couch, okay? If hatcheries had.
What'd you just say?
You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Is that not applicable here?
Watch out for the pipeline.
Look out. So this is good. This is a fish baby making pond. It's the
minnow making.
The minnow maker. That's what this is, the minnow maker. So what we want to do is we want to leave enough space between the two to drive a side by side. So you can already see where our tire tracks already go here. So we're telling Chad maybe we'll come out here. I want to make it basically as identical to that one as we possibly can, but half the depth, right? That one goes down to 8. I'm thinking 4 would be the absolute deepest. In reality, probably keeping it around 3 foot during spawning months would be optimal. And that's what we're going to trial and error it, right? Maybe they want to spawn at 2 foot. You drop the water level a little bit. Maybe they want to spawn at 4 foot. You raise the water level a little bit. We're going to do the same thing with a liner. And exactly, it's gonna be just literally a sister to that sucker, but shallower. So the idea here is we're gonna have a pond here for minnows to reproduce, then we can catch the minnows, and if we wanna grow fish in the grow pond, we can take the minnows and put them in there, or we can carry the minnows and put them in the big pond. And then that way, the idea is I'm tired of buying minnows, right? I want them to do their own thing right now. You guys have seen we've stocked the big pond with minnows, with bluegills. The idea is that they're gonna be self-sufficient, but if anyone's built a pond, you know eventually the minnows all get eaten. Like they only last like a year or two because your bass are so stinking hungry. So I was like, well, what if I start my own minnow hatchery, and then every week, every 2, these suckers, we've ran the math before, but they spawn every like 7 days and like they make millions of, I don't know. If we can get this right, okay, I need to do some more research, maybe call some hatcheries, but if we can get this thing dialed in, we should be basically printing money, okay? There should be thousands, if not millions of minnows getting spawned here every week, every month that we can come in and seine and trap. We'll have to find like the best method to capture them. And again, we can either put them in there if we're trying to grow big bass or grow big catfish or bluegills, whatever it is, or we can go put them in that. So I want this thing to be fully self-sufficient. Your bait pond, your grow tank, and your big lake. So if you want to grow fish really quick, you put them in there, and then you can put them in your big lake and they'll grow quicker in a smaller confined area where they can get bait quicker than the big lake. We're trying to grow fish. I've never been successful at this in my life, but we're doing it right, okay? I think we're doing it right. The pond's holding, that's all that matters. That thing's been holding water. Now we gotta get the hatchery, the minnow maker pond built with that big old excavator. You guys stay tuned. Alrighty folks, well, it's been a few days, okay? Chad dug that hole, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, bam, look at that. But we had a rain come in, so as soon as he was done digging, I said, get it out of here, okay? Get the big excavator out. It's been a few days, it's dried up, and now we're back, and Poppy's in the driver's seat. Okay, so we got Big Sheila back down here. Hole is looking perfect. What I'm gonna do, we're sitting there thinking about the size is about right. It's a touch narrower, not as long as this big one. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a little bit longer, but what I'm gonna do is instead of making this real steep slope, I'm gonna try to do a real gradual slope, okay? And the reason for that is when we go to seine fish out of here, minnows or whatever it is, we can start here on the deep end and it'll just gradually get shallower and shallower. The hardest part, in my opinion, about seining is getting the fish up to the surface without being on an incline, because it's hard to stand on. It's hard for the weights to maintain contact on the bottom, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna probably mess this whole thing up. But the good news is it's dry. It's not that deep. If I mess a bunch of stuff up, we can come with the skid loader and tune it up. Okay, if I make a mess down the bottom, we can fix it. That one was much harder to dig because it was kind of you got one shot at it. It's a real deep one and you don't really want to mess it up. This one, I should have the ability to hopefully kind of dig down and just make almost like a little beach, a little spawning area. Maybe they like to spawn on that too. I'm not really sure. So I'm thinking probably 2 buckets worth wide. I might throw a little dirt over there, a little dirt behind me. I'm gonna try to pivot and head out this way without falling off that cliff. So that'll be interesting. But if we can do that, I think the dimensions of these 2 ponds will be very similar. We can still get a side-by-side in between them, which I thought was important. And we should still be able to get a side-by-side on the other side of this as well. We've got the drainage ditch on the one side, so I can't bury everything over there. But anyways, that's the plan. Like I said, Chad got the majority of it done. I'm gonna probably come in here and mess it up. Then we're gonna take some final measurements, order the liner, install the liner, and get this sucker filled. You guys stay tuned. Boy, is Chad the Dirt Guy. Make that look easy, I'll tell you what. Okay, well, we got her done. Not pretty, okay, but skid loaders, I can do some polishing there. So it's kind of hard to tell depth on cameras and stuff, but pretty much it goes like this, and then it just gradually goes up. I just gotta literally take the bucket, back drag it all out, smooth that out. I'm gonna widen this turn so we can take a mule on the other side of it. But that's the tricky part with Big Sheila there. You can't go that way now. So you kind of work your way out, and you can't go back. There's no takesies backsies on this deal. So we went ahead and got everything as smooth as I could get it with the big excavator. It makes quick work though. You might be thinking, Flair, that big excavator is so overkill. I'm telling you, if I was just using the skid loader or the mini, I'd have that corner right there done. That's about it. It is handy for moving bulk amount of dirt. Like I said, we'll let this dry up. It's just a little bit moist. Let it dry up. Come in here, smooth it out. But we can measure and order the liner today, which was kind of my goal. So, all right. So let me take this end. I'll go to the end. And then you go, give it some juice. I ain't trying to short ship it, okay? We gotta make sure we've got ample liner. I'll go to here. We're gonna be extra safe. I don't wanna have to order, or I don't wanna be short. If you're short a liner, man, you are just screwed. You are just out of luck, my friend. I gotta go in oh, I see. Well, don't you just get the perimeter and then the thing, and then you do the Pythagorean?
We don't need to do the math since this works.
Oh, okay.
55.
55, okay. All right, 55. So yeah, normally we gotta do Pythagorean steel or some, I don't know whose theorem that is, but the up and the down, the volume, okay? But since it's so small, we don't have to do that. So I'm gonna go here again, just to be extra safe.
45.
55 by 40. Let's measure this one. Well, actually, hang on, let's just measure a surface, because then I wanna compare it. So if you're actually going edge to edge, what do you think?
35.
35 by, remember 55 by 45, that's the actual thing. But 35 is the surface. So you see we gained 10 foot because of the depthage of it, okay? So we're 35 by 50. I wanna measure this one and see how, we were trying to get it as close to this one as we possibly could, as far as size goes. This one I think might be a touch longer, but I feel like I don't remember getting 60 foot though. There's a chance. All right, so 45 by 55 is the actual size, right?
44.
And that was 45? She's longer?
Yeah.
Do what? Okay, well, apparently I made it longer. Okay. I think it'll be all right. We'll make it. I mean, if it's longer, I guess it's longer, but the thing is, we're counting a lot of the zero entry, and there may not even be water on that. But you measure that. Let's see what that is. We had to been pretty close on the width. What, we were 35 on the other one? All right, let's see. Here, let's go out here. Close to 35?
33.
Hey, math, baby. So we're pretty close. I think we're fine. We were giving it a little juice on that end. I think we've pretty much made these identical. So this one was 35 by 45-ish, 35 by 45. And that one was 35 by 55?
10 foot longer.
Well, 55 was with the droop.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's about 45.
Yeah.
Because the other one added 10 foot, so it was 35 to 40.
Yeah,
you guys get what I'm saying? I think we honestly I think we're about exactly the same. So, like I said, we're gonna let that dry up. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna get that liner ordered. Once it gets here, we're gonna throw her in and get her nice and filled up. And we're gonna start having minnow babies. You guys stay tuned. Shoo! Pond liners here, boys. Well, in case you've been gone for a couple days. You don't know that because I probably just put a card that said the next. It's been raining a lot actually. So this pond, it looks a little bit different, okay? Chad came in, tuned it up. He just gave it a little smoothing, okay? A lot of this made it perfect where you could kind of come around here, pull around, still have good drainage. The water comes around here and still flows, so you can see where the water's been doing the water thing. So pond's ready. Now, like I said, we've had a lot of rain. So we didn't film it, but I made a redneck sump pump. If you guys don't know how to make that, gonna get a little greasy here. Look what we got dangling here already. The Minnow Eater 3000 Rickies. So this is the rig, okay? Take a 5-gallon bucket and you drill a bunch of holes in it, different heights, different sizes. I usually go small at the bottom, a little bigger up here. And basically you put it in there, the water fills in, and then you got a sump pump with a hose that pumps the water out. So last night we had about yay deep water in here. So I drained it as good as I possibly could. It's gonna be, as you can tell, a little bit of a sloppy mess. But liners here, that's the underlayment up there as well. So we're gonna put that down. I'm hoping if we get the underlayment down, it'll allow us to be able to kind of walk through here a little bit easier. But we got Chris coming, a couple other guys coming. Last time we had 4 or 5 guys, and I remember heavy breathing for the majority of it. The liners are not lightweight, and the liner we got is exactly the same size. Probably gonna be a little big because the dimensions are exactly the same as that one, but it's like half the depth, but I didn't want to risk it. I didn't know exactly how everything was gonna shape up. You can't go too big, but you can definitely go too small. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get, well, I gotta get this out of the way, get the underlayment out. It's also blowing like 80 miles an hour wind, so you can't probably tell right now, but it's blowing really, really heavy. So we're gonna get the underlayment laid out, hopefully stake down, get the liner in, and officially get this sucker filled with water. You guys stay tuned. All right, we got the old underlayment here. Give her a little Kutski. Oh, I thought she was gonna pop up. This one shouldn't, this is like the test trial. This one should not be as hard. It's a lot lighter. The thing is super windy, so there's a good chance we have a difficult time with it, but should be a little bit easier. And it's the exact, the underlayment and the pond liner are exactly the same size. So if the underlayment doesn't fit, we're screwed. So it's kind of a good test run. And the reason why you have an underlayment, in really this pond, we don't need it, but it's supposed to be like if you get roots or trees growing, you basically, this protects pond liner from, maybe there's some sharp rocks down there that you don't see. And over time, you put a bunch of water. I mean, I don't know how much water weighs. Eight pounds
per gallon.
I don't know how many gallons, a lot. But basically it's gonna be pushing on you. Think about all that weight pushing on the liner. If there's a pokey, it'll do one of those. This should hopefully stop that. That's at least the idea. Oh!
Give you some extra? Did you order 2?
Or is it in 2 pieces?
I don't know. This one
I feel like I remember that from last time. Don't you?
Pieces? Oh yeah, it was like in strips.
I think, yeah. I don't know if we need, I remember seeing 2 strips last time though. This thing, this has got to be big enough, right?
Oh no, there's multiple.
Oh. See, this is where it's not going to be much fun in this wind. Because now we got to stitch them all together. No one told me this is in multiple pieces. So this thing's in like 5 pieces. For some reason I don't remember that from last time.
I think there's 3.
Here, grab this corner. Grab that corner right there. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. We're getting it. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. What do you think? I think this wind's gonna just, this wind's not gonna be our friend on this one, I don't think. Yeah, this is not a great day. Listen, we've postponed this project at least a week due to wind. Or due to rain. The wind, we're just gonna have to fight through it. So, look, Chris just got here, look at that. Let's go! Chris is fired up. At least three guys should hopefully make this a little bit easier. You guys stay tuned. Pond underlayment is in, folks. Wow, bam. I wish we could just fill it with water. That was the easy part, okay? Maybe it didn't look easy on camera, but that was easy. This is gonna suck. I'm just gonna warn, well, you guys don't care, but I'm gonna warn the boys now. This is not an enjoyable process, but we did it once, we can do it again, and I think we know a little bit better. We're gonna use physics, even though I didn't ever take that class. We're gonna try to use that and try to unroll it on the hill, and then we're gonna pull it over itself and use the gravity of the hill to go over here. That's why I said physics. You were more of a physics guy. You're a science guy.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't take that class. I took biology 3 times, so that's about all I got out of that. But, so we're gonna go ahead and unclip it, try to unroll it, and put it here. This thing's looking good. I really regret not putting in a 0 entry over there because seining this is gonna be way easier. I mean, you guys saw the clip, me, Big Junior down there. I mean, it wasn't all that enjoyable. Okay, it was pretty tough. This should be much easier. We should be able to start the seine net there and really work our way to the shallows, have a truck here with the coolers and the aerators, throw them in there, take them over, the old wham bam. You guys stay tuned. All right, well, we overshot it a little. It's a little that way, but not by a lot. The good news, we got wind coming over the hill. We got the hill where the hill is, and then we're gonna pull it over itself, which shouldn't hopefully create a lot of friction. I'm already out of breath and we haven't done anything yet. So we're gonna grab that corner, pull it over and try to shift it a little bit to the south and get it to lay perfectly under there. Hopefully the wind doesn't pick up too bad and take us away like a parasail.
Feed your friend.
All right, nice. Shoo! Beefcake pond liner service at your service. That was, I know the camera didn't quite get it. I didn't expect to get it all done in one go, but look at that. I mean, Come on, son. I feel like we're getting good at this now, but it worked perfect. The wind, the gravity, pulling it on itself. You guys have to do a pond. I would recommend doing what we just did. I mean, look at that.
Perfect.
Look at that. That's money. All right, well, we do have some rain coming, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook up the water line from the well. We're gonna get this sucker filled. I wanna make sure everything works. You can tell this is, obviously the line is really big. You might be thinking, Flair, you really did not measure correctly. Well, you are correct in that, but what I did was I just ordered the exact same pond liner for that one, and this is about half the depth. So that's what you're seeing is that 4 foot difference here, but it just wasn't worth it. You know, save 500 bucks on a liner and it'd be short for some reason. I didn't want to risk it. Plus, you know, you've got plenty to work with. Obviously, we'll fill it with water. It might settle down a little bit, and then we'll probably do the same thing. I really liked what we did on this pond. We took their 6x6 posts, drilled holes in them, and then stabbed rebar through it, and they haven't gone anywhere. I mean, it holds the liner in place, lets you put water kind of up against them, so when it is full, plumb full, you can't really see the liner, which is the idea. You don't want people to know.
The way that we did it, it comes up the back, so you can fill the water.
Exactly, all the way up to the wood, yeah. So we'll probably do the same thing again. We don't have time today to do it before the next rain, but the goal is let's get this sucker filled, let's stake down the tarp, and then we're gonna order some minnows. You guys stay tuned. Shoo! All right, moment of truth, boys. We had to go get some new hose because we didn't quite reach. And I mean, when I say I bought the exact amount, yeah, that's close. We got, go ahead, turn it on. Jake's gonna turn it on. We're gonna see if this reaches. It's gonna be really close, but I'm ready to see the sucker filled up. Wait, dude, the rain, the storm, the wind, it doesn't end around here. I don't get it. They like say, Flair, why'd you move to Tornado Alley? I don't know, Rick. I thought that was in Oklahoma. Somebody lied to me. All right, let's see. Oh, I can hear it. It's coming, slowly but surely. Is it going?
Nothing here yet.
Really? Sounds like it's on. I feel like it shouldn't be taking this long.
Nothing here.
Huh? What in the Sam Hal, Rick? Is it not have enough power to get? It ain't that much further.
Water's right here, but it's not pushing.
Really? Somebody gave me a jank ass well. Interesting. There is some mud at the end of this one. Might need to flush it out a little bit. You see that might be our problem. Might be full of mud. All right, we got the mud out. Let's see. Moment of truth here, boys. Come on, baby. You can do. Oh, I see it. I see the water this time. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's right here. It's coming. It's gone, baby. Let's go. I mean, like I said, when I said I got the hose exactly the right length, I mean that's about as close as it. What's up with the color of the water there, buddy? Maybe that's just a little dirty. Yeah.
Going backwards.
I told you it was close. I told you it'd be real close. See if we can get it to hit the channel there. I mean,
That down so it goes.
I think we'll be all right. So I don't know how long it'll take. That sucker, usually when I'd fill it, it was, I mean, at least a full day, maybe a little bit overnight. I'm guessing if we start this right now, 10 a.m., I'm home by this evening, it's nice and full. So that is where we're gonna end today's video though. I know you guys wanna see us talk it with minnows, but by the time this thing fills, here's the other thing. Minnows are a little bit more, I'd say a little bit more sensitive than big bluegills and some other things. And so what we wanna do is, I know the water here isn't like great, and I know that because my pool, now I've been doing a lot of testing of the water for the pool, and it's not great. It's heavy in metals and hard water. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this thing up, let it kind of get situated, and then I'm gonna actually get a pond test kit, and we'll test the water and add chemicals and add everything needed before we add the minnows. The last thing I wanna do is dump like an entire truck of minnows, and then they all die, and then I gotta fish them out, and then the raccoons come in and have a buffet. Like, that's the last thing I want. So although I really do want to fill this thing and fill it with minnows and get it done today, I think it's best to play it a little bit safe. Let's get it full of water, let's test the water, and then in the video where we put in the minnows, maybe we'll put some structures in there. I've been reading some stuff online. You guys need to help me out, but I've seen like, you take pallets and you make like an A-frame. This is perfect. Like, the pallets would be just right at the top of the water, and apparently they spawn upside down. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but we want to put in some type of spawn. They make spawning mats and some structures, some easy stuff that when we do go to seine, we can walk in there and take them out and then run obviously the seine net across the whole thing and seine them out. I mean, that's the idea with a minnow farm. The one downside to the zero entry is the raccoons are gonna be prevalent. So there's a good chance we're gonna declare war on them sons of guns. But let me know if any of you guys have raised minnows or know anything about raising minnows, getting them to spawn, you know, optimal conditions, optimal water clarity, optimal structure. What all do they need? because we're gonna order some minnows. They should be here by the end of the week. By that time, we should have the water kind of treated and ready to rock and roll. And we're gonna have a minnow farm here, a grow pond there, and our big pond over there. And by the way, I know we turned it on in this video. I only ran it for like a day because we got so much rain, the water actually came up like 6 inches. So, I mean, the good news is I don't have to use electricity to fill my pond right now, but it's getting a little bit muddy. And so right now we killed it because again, I want to make sure that everything has best opportunity possible to spawn. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Catch you and peace.